My name is Garrett, and I've been to the country of Romania 8 trips over the last 20 years. I haven't been there in about 4 or 5 years since the last trip. The country is a beautiful country full of very warm, hospitable people who kind of have a more simple way of life if they live in the villages or in the city. It's kind of a typical Eastern European environment. I had noticed that the families tend to be quite large. Back under the communist rule of Ceausescu, they had illegal for birth control laws. So they had large families, 8, 10, 12 kids. And I think it's sort of continued, but because of those large families, there was a large orphanage, large number of orphanages where the kids would be delivered by their parents. They were unable to possibly afford to raise them, and so the state would raise them up until they were 16 years old. So when sometimes the parents would come back and visit the kids, and sometimes they just would be neglected. Had the opportunity to visit a couple of orphanages from one year to the next and see the same kids in the orphanage growing up, and the little behavioral differences between those kids and kids raised in families. They did really need some attention, those kids did. And I would think that when they come out at 16, if they have no place to go, there could be a real vacuum of what is my life going to be for a young guy or girl, 16 years old, just maybe having to live on the street, and so they might be quite vulnerable to any schemes of people that would want to exploit the young kids. The country is they're gifted in hospitality. If you compliment something in their home, they might just give it to you. Be careful. I was able. Here I have a photo here that a couple of the widows we met, so you can kind of get an idea of the dress. I hope that's coming through.